Hi guys, today I'm going to show you why it's important to go ahead and clean up those guest accounts that some of your clients may have had hanging out there and not being used in quite some time. So with your guest account, you can go to portal.azure.com and pull up some really basic information like the domain name and the tenant ID, two very important pieces of this puzzle. Once I've signed in there, I've gotten that information. I can use that to go ahead and do some recon on the domain itself. So if I'm in portal.azure.com, I'm not going to be able to pull up the user list with my default permissions. It just doesn't give you that. You can pull up a user list if you're a full-blown user, though. But this is going to be more akin to like a supply chain attack. Like I've gained access to this person's email account. I see that they have a guest account. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pivot and go to this other company too. So we're going to make believe here for a little bit that I've already got my tenant ID and my domain, which is readily available. I'm going to go ahead and pop in here to my Azure. And get my account ID, which that would be the guest account username, probably email address. All right, so got that. All right, it's emailed me a code. Since guest accounts don't use passwords, they use these codes that will be emailed. Cool, I'm in. And as you can see, it gives me my tenant ID up there, just kind of a summary as far as how I'm connected. So from here, if I try to get the user list from Azure, so I want a user list of all the people that are in this organization. This is how you would typically do it if you were a full-blown user. So there, I'm getting bummer, forbidden, forbidden, forbidden. You can't do any of that. What if I knew the email address of one of the users? It's pretty easy to get. Obviously, they'd probably send it to me. I've been talking to one of these companies or one of these people at this organization, so I probably know an email address or two. Let's see what I can get from this. So I'm going to get Azure AD user. I have an object ID. That's the person's email account. Okay, I've verified that this is a person. I've got their display name. Cool. I can also, maybe I want to know what groups they're members of. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a get Azure AD user membership. Let's find object ID. All right, good news. I went ahead and got their the list of all the groups that they're members of. That's awesome. But what can I do with this? Well, I can see that they're a member of it looks like U.S. sales team, sales and marketing, retail. But they also appear to be a member of the accounting team. Well, that'd be cool if I could know who the accounting people were. Maybe I could target them with like a QuickBooks email or something. So let's see if there's a way I can get some more information. And I'm working up an article that I will show you guys when the video is done, so that you can see that this technique is old, but it hasn't changed in years, and there's no tightening or changing of this security policy by default. So the object ID that I'm going to be interested in is right here. There we go. Now I've gotten some more information. I've gotten some information that Ned Stark is also a guest, but he has permissions for this accounting group. The accounting group may have access to, but it's that payroll, accounting, bank information. So I can use this to build a great foundation for doing targeted phishing attacks. And so these are just a couple of the commands you can run. You can also look up manager information. If they're filling that out, it shows you who the manager of the person is that you're targeting. So Adele here, you may want to find out who her manager is. Maybe target him. Escalate your privileges a little bit. And that's why it's really important for you guys to clean up your guest accounts, especially ones that are sitting out there and haven't been used in a long time. I'm going to jump over to SaaS Alerts. I want to see if we can find some information. See if there's a way we can, one, detect that this is happening, and two, at least do a little bit of cleanup here. All right, back at my organization here, I want to go ahead and do a little bit of account cleanup. Let's select account maintenance, select my company, and let's look at these guest accounts that have never been signed into. So these are guest accounts that do not have any activity on them. They've never had activity. They've never been signed in. No one's ever done anything. And our system will show you that. You can also specify different date ranges if you want to, or if you want to see all of your accounts that have never been signed into, you can exit out guest, hit a list here, and you have a list of all of your accounts, whether they've ever have any activity at all. You can see that some of these don't have any activity, so we can check them and we can either block sign in or delete the account outright. So let's see if there's a way that we could have detected this going on and maybe make a rule to prevent it from happening, or at least notify us. All right, so let's do some analyzing here. So it was today that I did this attack. It's for the XYZ company, and let's just do a kind of a company-wide search here. Okay, booyah. All right, so we have me. I have signed in. I had a successful authentication with Azure Active Directory PowerShell. How many of you users are going to be using PowerShell to authenticate? Probably not too many. So what can we do here with this information? Maybe when we want to go ahead and create a respond rule to notify us if someone is using PowerShell to sign into an account. Too many people are going to be using PowerShell unless they're more technically savvy, and we can exclude those people from this report if you respond if you want to. An authentication is successful. I only want to be notified if it happens even once. I want to filter. And so what we want to do here is we want to, I believe, enter it into the account description. And just type in PowerShell. If it contains PowerShell, boom. Maybe you just want to be alerted. So we'll just do nothing. We'll specify this as maybe like a medium. Or we can do critical. Here we go. We have PowerShell sign in. Successful authentication. Create our rule. And so what's going to happen is if someone has a successful authentication with PowerShell in the description, we'll get an alert. So maybe this will help us in case someone is trying to do something nefarious with our environment. Maybe they're trying to get a little bit of information about how our whole company is structured. Hope this video was helpful to you guys. Sorry it ran a little bit long, but if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Happy to answer them for you. Thanks, guys.